Hello everyone, welcome back to Changfied YouTube channel, your trusted source for latest updates across South Sudan and beyond. Today we have three major stories that are shaking South Sudan right now. We will talk about a former finance minister arrested at the Uganda border with a large amount of US dollar cash. Second, we'll talk about a respected chief killed during a night cutter raid in Tonyes. And finally, we'll talk about a police sergeant found dead in a river after going missing in Awil West. Before we proceed, please, if you are new to Changfied YouTube channel, I would like you to help the channel by subscribing and turn on the notification bell. Whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Let's begin this report with former finance minister arrested at Uganda border. Our first story takes us to Numle, near the South Sudan-Uganda border. According to the information, former finance minister Dr. Bak Barnaba Chol was arrested on Friday night by security forces while allegedly trying to cross into Uganda. Well, according to security officers, he was stopped around 8 p.m. near the border area outside the official Elegu crossing point. Reports say he was not using the main border road. Instead, he was traveling through an informal route. Official claim he was riding on a commercial motorcycle commonly known as Boda Boda. When security forces stopped him and searched his bag, they reportedly found 30,000 US dollar. That's a lot of money. 27 million South Sudanese pound also were found. 37,000 US dollar. Just imagine that. Authorities say the money was not declared. Some videos shared online show the former minister in custody. In the clip, he appeared distressed and asked officers not to record him. There were also visible stamps on his clothes, which many people are discussing online. There's a stand there. Now let's understand the background. Just one day before this arrest, Dr. Chol handed over the finance ministry to his successor after being removed from his position by President Salva Kiir Mayardit. He had served in the role for only a little over 3 months this time. He also previously served as finance minister between August 2023 and March 2024. Beside politics, he is known as an academic at the University of Juba. As of now, the government of South Sudan has not released an official public statement explaining the full reason for the arrest. But here is where things become more serious. This arrest is not happening alone. In the same week, other senior officials were also detained, including former Bank of South Sudan Governor Moses Makurdeng Mangwak and former Finance Minister Marial Dongrin Ater and senior intelligence officer Major General Manasseh Macharbol, former petroleum also Under Secretary Deng Lwal was also arrested by the national security. These arrests suggest that something bigger may be happening inside the government under President Salva Kiir Mayardit. According to the report, many citizens are asking, is this a crackdown on corruption? Is it political pressure, or is it part of a wider investigation into public finances? South Sudan has struggled with economic challenges since independence 2011. The country has faced currency instability, delayed salaries, inflation, weak oversight system, and allegation of corruption. And these people might have linked with all these issues. Investor confidence has remained low because many international partners worry about transparency and accountability in South Sudan because nobody cares. When a former finance minister is arrested at the border with large amount of US dollar cash, people begin to ask serious questions about, financial management in the country. But it is also important to remember an arrest does not automatically mean something is guilty. Only a court of law can decide that. At this moment, we wait for more official information. For many citizens, this situation creates fear and uncertainty. They ask if top financial leaders are being arrested, what does that mean for the economy? Will this improve accountability or will it create more instability? We will continue to follow this story closely. Let's move on. Our second top story is about sheep killed during cattle raid in Tonj East. Now we move to Warab State. This is a sad story. According to the information, in Tonj East County, a local chief named Adekrishwal Madir was shot and killed during a night attack. This happened around 11 p.m. in Woodcock village, according to the information. According to police report, army men attacked a home and began taking goats and cattle. Gunshots were heard in the area. When the chief heard the noise, he stepped outside his house to help his neighbor, but the attackers were waiting. Police say the gunmen appeared to have planned the attack carefully. They were heavily armed and positioned in a way that suggests preparation. The chief was shot and died at the scene. Police Inspector Dun Majogdud described the killing as shocking and tragic. He explained that the attacker may have targeted the chief deliberately. This is deeply painful for the community. In many parts of South Sudan, chiefs are not just leaders, they are mediators, peacemakers, and protectors of the community. When a chief dies trying to defend his people, it leaves emotional state another region. Reasons behind cattle raid often include revenge attack, competition of livestock, use army with illegal weapons, weak security presence in rural areas. Police admit that some areas lack enough law enforcement officers. Remote villages have poor roads, which make quick response difficult. When gunfire starts at night, help may not arrive in time. The killing of this sheep raises bigger concern. Why are illegal weapons still widespread? Why are communities still vulnerable? What more can be done to protect local leaders? Residents are mourning, but they are also afraid. If a sheep can be killed while trying to protect a neighbor, what about ordinary civilian? Authorities are calling for calm while investigations continue. The attackers are still at large. This incident shows how security challenge at the local level remains serious and dangerous. Let's move on with our third top story. Police sergeant found dead in river. According to the information from northern Bargazal state, a police sergeant named John Akoda Ajis was found dead in a river in Marial, by Payam, Awil West County. He had reportedly been missing for several days. According to police spokesperson Madun Ngong Aliu, the officer has been granted leave from duty due to mental health challenges. Even while on leave, he often visited his station. He was described as disciplined and dedicated. He was last seen in Marial by Payam before disappearing. Later, his body was discovered in a nearby river. Authorities have not reported signs of foul play so far, but investigations are still limited. This story highlights something very important: mental health issue. In many communities, mental health struggles are not openly discussed. Sometimes people suffer silently. The police spokesperson urged families and communities to pay close attention to loved ones dealing with mental health issue. When someone is vulnerable, they may unknowingly put themselves in dangerous situations. River, flood, and environmental hazard can become deadly. This tragedy reminds us that mental health support is just as important as physical security. We send our condolences to his family and colleagues. Let us step back and look at the bigger picture. In 1 week, South Sudan has seen a former finance minister arrested at the border, multiple senior officials detained, a ship killing in a cattle raid, a police officer found dead. You know, these stories may seem separate, but they all reflect challenge in the governance and security. At the top level, there are questions about financial management and accountability. At the community level, there are fear about safety and violence. At the personal level, there are silent struggles like mental health issue. South Sudan is still a young country. Building a strong institution takes time, but citizens want stability. They want transparent leadership, safe communities, strong law enforcement, and economic growth. The path forward requires unity, accountability, and serious reform. Please, if you are new to Changfied YouTube channel, I would like you to tap the channel by subscribing and turn on the notification bell. So whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Let's meet on the next report. Thank you. Bye-bye.